Hello everyone, Tommy Station here. Um, the last Loco I featured was my Class 29 Hornby that I fitted a 12 volt CD motor into. So it didn't get much of a run actually when I look back at the video. So I'm going to make amends with that. And here it comes. Pulling a rake of LMS coaches. Yeah, it's very nice performer now. Like I say, this has a complete new set of gears. I know I've mentioned all this before, but I just thought I'd clarify something, because obviously it didn't get much of a run, not really. So here we go, disappearing into the tunnel. I've got my track cleaning wagon on the end, because this track doesn't get used that much, or hasn't been used for a while, so I thought I'll clean it as the train goes around. So we just pick the speed up a touch. There we go. Nice and quiet, nice and smooth. Very happy with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just let this one run around, and then highlight this week's Loco. So I'll just pick the speed up a touch more. There we go. Okay. On my magic roundabout is my Dutch livery look-alike Loco. This body was a Mahano 70000, fitted onto a Lima E151 Coco chassis, and this runs exceptionally smooth and quiet. So this one hasn't been modified, it still has the original ring-filled motor and gears. I'm a big believer in leaving well alone. If it's running fine, then leave it, but I do concentrate on my noisy ones and try to make them run better. So what I'll do now, I'll put this down. There we go. Just have a look at the 29 coming through the station again. There we go. Right, so I'll put that down. So I did say at the time when I was making my Dutch livery look-alike Loco that I would try and buy the real thing, or the model of it anyway. So here it is. This is my Lima Class 31. This has a 12 volt CD motor and all new gears. For those of you that saw the video where I revealed all the new gears I bought, I looked at every Loco that I had, Lima, studied all the gears, see what was worn, and basically replacing them as they come in for servicing. So this one, but the gears weren't too bad, but the motor was. So like I say, this now has a 12 volt CD motor. What the people in the know, and I wasn't until recently, with the Coco they recommend that you fit a 6 volt CD motor, because it's narrower and you can retain the 3 axles. Or what I've done, I've actually fitted the 12 volt motor, removed the wheels from its axle, and then stuck the wheels into the frame, so they're just clearing the track. So without further ado, let's get this one set off. Sure you're bored with me talking about it. Here we go. Very, very nice runner. Yeah, I was pleased I got this one. The bodywork was in perfect condition, excellent. One buffer missing, that was all. That's been replaced. And like I say, quite a noisy motor and gear, so they've been replaced. It's hauling a load of coal. I think Darren at Peak Lane has got his own power station. He keeps ordering all this coal. Right, so as it comes around, it's running nice and smoothly. Sorry, I'm just, there we go, pick the speed up a bit. I'll come down to the truck level to catch it coming through. For some reason, Lehman never fitted cab interiors. So what I did, when I finished the conversion, 12 volt motor conversion, and tested it and made sure it was okay, I put my own cab detail in. My own, the only thing I don't have are drivers. I've run out of people suitable enough to be made into drivers. So it has a cab interior on both ends. I haven't put any lighting. I don't see the point in not having having lighting. So as you can see, running very smoothly. Let's go back up. There we go. There's the 29. Now then, let's see who can guess what my third and final Loco will be next Sunday. I started off with 3 new purchases. The Class 29, this is a Class 31, so what do you think the next Loco will be? What class of Loco do you think it'll be? That's this week's challenge. As you can see, running very, very nicely. Nice and quiet. Maybe I'm obsessed with noise on my Locos. It's possible. I'm very fussy when it comes to running my Locos. I like them to be as quiet and smooth as I can possibly make them. Some you can just have to live with some of the gear noises. That's how they are. You'll never improve some. However, this one is a huge difference in how it was. Yes, very pleased indeed. It also has new traction tyres, which really helped. The old ones were rock hard. So I think kids found them and they threw them up onto the church tower there. Look at that. Terrible what the kids do nowadays. Way out of focus there. There we go. So we'll bring it gently into the station. Slow it right down. There we are. What I do, I always test the Locos, obviously when I buy them, just to see how well they will perform. You can actually buy a used Lima locomotive that runs very well. It just needs a service. Now then, 29. I'm going to stop the 31. There we go. Now we'll go up and catch the 29 coming in. And slow that one right down as well. There we go. So that's the Hornby Class 29, running very, very nicely. Okay, we'll stop it there. Okay, now back to the 31 for a nice slow start, I hope. There we go. I really like Lima Locos. I really do. I think they're good value for money, and they're quite simple to run and to maintain. The only problem with them is they're very jerky when they start off, and it's very hard to get them to run like this, especially if you for coal or for freight that doesn't actually move that fast. If you've got an express train or a fast passenger train, that's a different story. But for freight, I think they should run close to scale speeds. So I'm happy that I've managed to be able to get this one running so slowly. I've actually fitted an extra contact onto the front bogie. That Lima did put a better pickup on their later models, which this one had, but I've put another one just to be sure, so it can't stall on points. And also, what I noticed with this, where the axles were located in the slots in the bogie, there was so much play. I thought there was actually bearings missing, but obviously they don't have bearings, they just run in cut out slots. I'm going to slow it right down again. There we are. Okay, so the modifications are, I've shortened the D couplings because they're far too long, so I've shortened them up. This one I've lost the hook, I need to find the hook and put it back, or I can leave it off, doesn't matter. The other thing is, with these front axles, they were so loose in the slots that you could move them, physically move them left to right in their locations. So I've modified it now so the axles are more secure and the contacts are better as a result. So there we go. So if you can guess next week's Loco, the third and final diesel I bought and converted to 12 volt CD, the third one's in progress. So we started off with a class 29, this is a class 31. Let's see what the if you can guess what the next class of Loco is. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye now.